What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how computers can help us do boring tasks, also known as how can I automate my computer to create a database of information from that exists on the internet, right? For like a CDL test prep website, okay? So that's my specific use application for like how I used AI to build a program that like automatically filled in a database for me of like CDL information for each of the 50 states, right? Okay, so like what brought me to this point is okay, I recently got my commercial driver's license, right? And like while I was taking the class at Kishwaukee Community College, our instructors, they wanted to track our study progress so that they could share it or because administration wants to like track your progress as a student in the truck driver training program. Okay, and so that was done on paper. Okay, and so one thing that happened though was like the papers were unorganized. Okay, and also we were advised to use like an outside website, an outside commercial website. Okay, and that website, it seems a little outdated, plus there's advertisements on it. Okay, and I didn't make it myself, so one way that I thought that I could help the people at Kishwaukee Community College, or the instructors, is by building a website that can like track your students' progress for their studying of the computer test for the CDL, and it has the like computer tests that need to be taken. And then I wanted to make it so that this could be done in like all 50 states. Okay, and so depending on what state you're in, the rules or the specific like number of questions and the timing on the test and the location of the DMV, it changes. And so like I didn't want to do all the research to come up with the file base that my application is going to pull from, depending on like what state you click on. I didn't want to do all that research myself, or like I started like prompting. I'm on Claude, like with Sonnet, so it's the like paid version. Like I wanted to, I didn't want to go. Like I started, hey, here's the database schema that like I came up with that the website's gonna reference for displaying the information about that jurisdictions like DMVs and the here are, like there's 50 questions on the general knowledge test, and a lot of this is like per FMCSA, Federal Motor Carrier Association regulations, right? And I think it's different though. Like for some of this is different here, like the physical locations. Here's different locations, right? Which, see, and now that I look at that, I bet there's more than just 2 DMV locations in California. So I probably will have to go back and update these. But here's some information about the database schema that I wanted created, and it'll help you know what you need to know for before you take the commercial driver's license test to make sure that you're eligible. And I didn't want to prompt Claude to make these all myself, so I decided to like describe a script or an automated program to make those prompts for me, and then like connect it with Claude's API service so that it could do that, like, and I wouldn't have to babysit the program. I would just have to set up the program and do it. So like, okay, once I realized that like I'm a lazy motherfucker and I wanted the computer to do as much of the work as it could, even, save me a little time, right? From having to make all these prompts. Okay, like, please proceed with Alaska and Alabama, and right? I didn't want to have to do that 50 times. So instead, I was able to come up with a prompt using that California example that enabled the AI to come up with a program that could be ran that like automatically filled in my file base, right? So, okay, here's the prompt that I used. Okay, so when I run this automation script, it will prompt the Claude to generate seed data for my CDL test prep application for each 50 states using the following initial prompt. I am seeding the application with state jurisdiction data schemes. I'll give you an example that gives you guidance for going through how every other state, one at a time. Let's proceed in alphabetical order, please. Claude will generate the response with the proper code. The automation script recognizes the code has been generated and then saves the state JavaScript file that Claude created into where I wanted it to be saved, the seed jurisdiction file path. After saving the first state JavaScript file, the automation script then prompts Claude to proceed to the next state. Claude will then generate the state's JavaScript file. The automation script will save the state JavaScript script file, and so on and so forth, until all 50 states have been generated. So that's the prompt that I used to come up with this program, right? And it's the automation program. And like I could ask it to explain it to me line by line, right? But instead, like I just had it right, like I just ran it and I troubleshot the issues that came up with by like copying and pasting what came up in my command terminal, and then like any errors that came up, right? And like I had to go through and write the prompt a couple times to make sure that everything was flushed out. And then I also had to go into like Claude's, start building, right? Their API service. Okay, and their developer documents are right here. I didn't freaking rate them though. And so then I figured to go into the API keys, right? And then like I created a key, okay, and so that it cost me $5.24 to build, like to fill out that database, and that probably saved me like an hour or 2 hours. I don't know. I think it saved me more than $5.24 worth of time. So that's how I did it. And then now I'm coming to you live with a YouTube video, right? And so like I asked Claude to, hey, can you write a script for a how-to video to explain to y'all how I like solved this tediously painful problem? And like it went ahead and did that. So like if you want to save time when you're building an application or a game or a study guide or like practice tests and quizzes, and you're trying to like build up a large database to reference, then like this is one way you could do it. Or like you might not even need to build the database, right? You could just like use the API key to make the prompt that you want, like depending on your application. So okay, when I did this, it felt pretty powerful, which I thought that was really cool. So if you end up like automating anything with Claude, please drop it in the comments and let me know, because I thought this was really cool when I did it. And I would love to see or hear from what any of you guys are doing. Maybe we can inspire each other. So anyhow, that's my story about automating with Claude. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.